Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So today we are talking about the heavyweight division, and in particular, Bakhodir Jalolov, the Olympic gold medalist at super heavyweight in Tokyo 2021. Of course, Bakhodir Jalolov hails from Uzbekistan, 27 years old. He possesses some impressive physical attributes, 6'7", around 250 pounds. For a man of his size, he's athletically gifted, moves his feet quite quickly, and on top of that, naturally, he's got rather respectable punching power. And, of course, he is a great amateur as well. If you look at the last 2 years in the amateurs, Bakhodir Jalolov has dominated the super heavyweight division, winning gold back in 2019 in the World Amateur Championships. And obviously then he went on to win the Olympic gold at super heavyweight in 2021. So his credentials in the amateurs are extremely impressive, and ultimately he won anything that mattered in the amateur game. He completed the amateur game, if you will. But now attention turns to him in the professional ranks. How well will this guy do? Can he be a contender? Could he even be a heavyweight champion? That's what we're going to be discussing, I guess, in this video. Now, obviously, Bakhodir Jalolov, before the Olympics, actually had a few pro fights. Currently, he's 8-0 with 8 knockouts. And so far, he's kind of feasted on low-level journeyman. And basically, he's had it all his own way. So you can't really read too much into his pro fights so far. But one thing I will say, now Bakhodir Jalolov has won the Olympic gold. I'm hoping that now means he's much more attractive to potential long-term promoters. Beforehand, Bakhodir Jalolov was fighting on a whole host of different cards, under different promoters, small hall type of shows, regional shows. The biggest show he fought on was the Matchroom Uzbekistan show. He was actually featured on that undercard. So, beforehand, there wasn't really any big-time promoters taking a serious look at this guy, not from what we know anyway. Now he comes with an Olympic gold medal and a bit more hype. I'm wondering whether some big promotional companies will actually offer this guy a contract. I'm talking the likes of Top Rank, Matchroom, etc, etc. Ideally, if let's say I was Jalolov's manager, I would be hoping that Top Rank came in with an offer. I believe Top Rank, for all of their faults, when it comes to matchmaking young prospects, I believe Top Rank are the best at that in the sport. I think they've got the best matchmakers, and that is ideal for any prospect, especially in the heavyweight division, where one punch can change a career, kind of thing. So hopefully, first and foremost, Jalolov actually gets a big promoter after the Olympics. I think that would be good. But, when you look at the guy's physicality, his physical attributes, what he brings to the table, like I said, the guy is 6'7", around 250 pounds, not fat, in really good shape, moves around the ring really well for a guy of his size. His footwork is pretty decent, good at maintaining range, good at fighting off a back foot, and he's a very good counterpuncher. Bakhodir Jalolov out of that southpaw stance, his bread and butter is his 1-2, but he can go to the body. He has got a decent right hook as well, but ultimately Jalolov's bread and butter is the 1-2. In fact, I've seen people compare Jalolov to a southpaw Vladimir Klitschko, and I kind of see the comparisons, but they are slightly different fighters. But given the physical advantages that he does have over a lot of heavyweights, given the fact that he's a southpaw who moves well with crushing punching power, that in itself makes Jalolov a really interesting prospect. But on top of that, he's got the amateur pedigree to back it up, and he's got a really, really good technical style. Doesn't waste much, extremely accurate. He's a very good counterpuncher. He can set traps to set up those counters, and when he's got you hurt, from what I've seen, Jalolov is a pretty good finisher, doesn't really smother his work, maintains range when he's got you hurt, and he'll take you out. Does all of the basics really well with size and power, and also he's extremely physically strong. If you go back and watch the Olympics, certain fights when he had to clinch, he really gave these guys a lot of trouble, like Richard Torres. He clinched Richard Torres a little too much in my opinion, but when he did, Richard Torres really couldn't break that hold. Jalolov is extremely physically strong. So when you just look at Jalolov's attributes physically, with the technical things that come with that, the technical side of his game, on paper Jalolov should be a massive threat in the heavyweight division. He should reach a certain level. He should reach top 10 level with what he's got to work with, right? But the key is for him is to find a promoter who's going to keep him active, get him the right fights at the right time, and also sort out his training situation. I'm not sure whether he's got a full-time trainer, but he needs to work all of that out. Where is he going to be based? Is he going to be based in the States, the UK, Uzbekistan, Russia, wherever? These are the things he'll need to sort out before he embarks on his pro career for real. But if he can get the right surroundings, the right trainer, the right promoter, I can see Jalolov going a long way in the heavyweight division. And when we look at if we look at the super heavyweight class of 2021 in Tokyo, to me Jalolov is by far the most exciting prospect out of that bunch. And I'm not saying that just because he won the gold medal. I was saying that well before he won it, to be honest. I think, stylistically, technically, size-wise, Jalolov really is going to make for an interesting heavyweight contender. And I expect the guy to go quite a long way. I'm not saying the guy's perfect. The guy has been stopped in the amateurs, so who knows how his chin is. I think his inside game could be a lot better. One thing about Jalolov, similar to Klitschko, when somebody gets up close and tries to rough him up, he will resort to holding. And obviously in the pro ranks, that's not going to get him any favours from fans. So there's a few things that Jalolov needs to work on, and there's a few unknowns with Jalolov. Like I said, his chin. He's been stopped in the amateurs, and actually when you look at his pro fight with Wilfred Liao, he knocked out Liao in one round, but Liao caught him with a big shot in that fight. And I'm not saying Jalolov was rocked, but he certainly felt it. So listen, Jalolov isn't perfect, but when we look at the 2021 bunch of fighters in the super heavyweight division, I think Jalolov is the most interesting prospect out of that bunch. And obviously on top of that, you've got guys like Fraser Clark from the UK, who a lot of people rate. I'm not entirely sure by Fraser Clark, to be honest. You've also got Richard Torres, 22-year-old US heavyweight, 6'2". He's come a long way in the last couple of years. I mean, Richard Torres got knocked out by Jalolov back in 2019 brutally, but in 2021 he put up a much better fight. So Torres has definitely improved as a heavyweight, and again, he's a silver medalist, so I'm assuming he's going to go pro. So he's another guy to watch out for from this Olympic class. Richard Torres is the first medalist from the US at super heavyweight since Riddick Bowe, so you would imagine that a lot of promoters are going to offer a lot of money to Richard Torres. Hopefully that comes true as well. Hopefully he turns pro quick. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. But anyway, share your thoughts below. What do you make of Bakhodir Jalolov? Is he the heir apparent to the heavyweight division? Will he reign supreme and become a champion? Or do you believe he's going to get knocked off before he gets there? Share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Delboy. Peace.